Okay, let's be real for a second. If your client gives you a $4,000 budget and your very first thought is, how cheap can I make this trip? We need to talk. Hey, it's Ash. Welcome back to my Fast Fix series, where I share quick travel agent explainer videos and summaries of my trainings to help you learn fast without sitting through an hour-long webinar. These are perfect to listen to while you work, answer messages, clean, or work on your travel business. Real quick, if you want more of these short trainings, just drop the word "more" in the comments so I know to keep them coming. Today, we are tackling a massive mindset shift that can absolutely revolutionize how you book trips and how your clients actually perceive your value.
Section 1, the race to the bottom. Budget is a boundary, not a target.
So one of the most common mistakes I see travel agents make, especially when they're just starting out, is assuming that their main job is to hunt down the absolute cheapest possible vacation for their client. But honestly, that mindset is going to hurt your business. Think about how one simple thought changes your entire workflow. A client giving you a budget does not necessarily mean they want you to spend as little of that money as humanly possible. If a client says, "My budget is $4,000, and your brain immediately jumps to, "How cheap can I make this trip?" you are literally limiting yourself and your client. The much better question, the one that sets top-tier advisors apart from the rest, is, what's the best experience I can create within this client's budget? Let's look at exactly how this plays out in the real world. Say your client has that $4,000 budget. You hit the search engines and find option A for $2,700. Now, it's a basic room, it's in a kinda less desirable location, fewer amenities, and honestly, it misses several of the key priorities your client actually mentioned. But then you find option B for $3,650. This one has a fantastic room, a prime location, it checks off all their must-haves, and is so much closer to the dream experience they described. The $2,700 option is not automatically the better recommendation simply because the number is lower. Your job as a travel advisor is to evaluate the actual value. You always need to ask yourself, what is the client actually getting for their hard-earned money? Which tees up our next crucial concept perfectly. Section 2, cheapest versus best value. You've got to know the difference. So, cheapest literally just means the lowest price tag. That's it. The whole shebang. Best value, on the other hand, means the strongest experience for the client's specific priorities and budget. Now, don't get me wrong here, sometimes the cheapest option absolutely is the right choice. But it should be chosen because it perfectly fits the client's needs, not just because it happens to sit at the bottom of the price list. To actually find that best value, you have to listen super closely to what they care about, because different clients value completely different things. One traveler might care purely about waking up on a pristine beach. Another might prioritize amazing food above literally everything else. Someone else might be looking for pure luxury, vibrant nightlife, romantic seclusion, family-friendly activities, a prime central location, or just really top-tier room quality. Your recommendation has to reflect what matters to that specific traveler. If they want romance and fine dining, but you stick them at a cheap, loud party resort just to save a few bucks, you haven't provided value at all. By the way, if you are finding this helpful so far, quickly drop the word "more" in the comments so I know you're getting value from this explainer. All right, moving right along. Section 3, the accidental downsell, saving money versus ruining the trip. Agents do this all the time. They get a really healthy, realistic budget from a client and immediately start searching way below it. Why? Because they think that saving the client a ton of money automatically makes them this hero advisor. But doing this can completely downgrade the client's vacation. Picture this scenario. The client says, "Hey, we have around $5,000. We want something romantic, upscale, adults only, with phenomenal food." The agent thinks they found a quote-unquote great deal for just $2,800. But the reality? The property is totally underwhelming, the food is basic, and it doesn't deliver the upscale vibe the client literally just asked for. I want you to burn this into your brain. Saving $2,200 doesn't help anyone if the client returns home disappointed. If they wanted a $5,000 luxury experience and you gave them a $2,800 budget trip, they aren't going to thank you for the savings. They are going to be so frustrated that their precious vacation time was spent at a resort they didn't even like. So, how do we fix this? Section 4, pitch value, not price. Explain the experience. If you are presenting an option that uses most of their budget, don't just email them the quote and say, "This resort is $3,900. No way. You have to confidently explain what makes it worth considering. You can literally steal this exact script. This option is toward the higher end of your budget, but I'm recommending it because you're getting the adults-only atmosphere, upgraded room category, stronger dining options, and the quieter experience you told me was important." Do you see what that does? Now the client completely understands the value behind that price tag. You've connected the dollar amount directly to the things they said they cared about. It is incredibly helpful to give clients context by showing them the meaningful differences between their options side by side. It's kind of like laying out a map for them. You present option A for $3,100 and you label it best for value. Then option B is $3,700 and that one's labeled best overall match for their priorities. And option C is $4,100 labeled best upgraded experience. Giving them this visual context helps them make an informed, confident decision based on the actual experience they want, rather than just scrolling to find the lowest number and blindly clicking that one. Now, a massive caveat here, okay? Do not ignore the client's budget. This entire explainer does not mean you should intentionally push clients over their budget limit. Budget still absolutely matters. The goal is to respect their financial boundary while maximizing the experience available within it. You should never ever pressure someone to spend more than they are comfortable with. Instead, your job is just to confidently explain the differences and let the client make an empowered decision. To wrap this all up and make it super actionable for your business today, let's dive into our final section. Section 5, the Fast Fix Framework, 5 Steps to Selling Value. Instead of asking what's the cheapest option, you're going to use this process to ask, what is the best experience I can create with the money this client is comfortable spending? Step 1, know the budget. Establish that firm financial boundary right out of the gate. Step 2, identify priorities. Listen to what they actually care about. Is it the food, the beach, the nightlife? Step 3, compare value. Look at the options and figure out which one gives them the absolute most of what they want for their money. Step 4, recommend the best fit. Put the strongest overall experience right in front of them. And finally, step 5, explain why. Tie that recommendation directly back to their stated priorities. So remember, cheapest does not automatically mean best value. Don't sell the price, explain the experience, and respect the budget without automatically racing to the bottom. Most importantly, your job isn't to find the cheapest vacation. It's to find the best vacation for their money. If you're enjoying these fast fix trainings, comment more below so I know to keep making them. And check the description for more Ash Knows travel trainings and resources. I'll see you in the next Fast Fix.